Good morning, everybody. Thanks for joining us. It gives me great pleasure to introduce to you Judy and Jody with Northwestern Mutual, our fantastic partners. We are so fortunate to know Judy and Jody through Northwestern. They have been so kind to COCA over these last couple of years, and we look forward to continuing a wonderful relationship with them. So I am so excited to let them announce a really exciting opportunity for all our members. So ladies, take it away.
Thanks, Jennifer, and thanks, Don. It's a little intimidating to have 32 people on the call, so I really appreciate your interest in this tech grant. First of all, we just thank each and every one of you for all that you do for kids and families across the country. These kids are really near and dear to our hearts. Jody and I have been doing this work for 5 years now, and as you know well, these kids really you want to hug them constantly, and in these times of no hugging, it's really tough. So thanks for all of your interest in this tech grant. We know we're going to give at least 10 grants out, and we have 6 applications already. So you are all Johnny on the spot. It's a simple grant, so don't let it intimidate you. We want your information, a little bit about your mission, and then definitely a few sentences about what your tech needs are. And this is a great way for us to also learn what camps need across the country in this time of COVID. So we stalk you all on Facebook. And if we're not stalking you, you should probably send us an invite. And we've been really watching your creativity, as well as just how you're reaching out to the families. And we really appreciate that. So I'll leave it there for now. Jody, do you have any words of wisdom this morning?
Just to reiterate what Judy said, you guys are doing amazing work, and we want to help you continue that. We know these are challenging times, and we see all of you stepping up to meet the challenge, and we want to help you do that. So the grant, as Judy said, the grant application is very simple. After you tell us who you are and your mission, we have one question for you, and that is, what are your tech needs at this time? And those can be different for every camp. Be that you need a subscription to Zoom. It could mean that you need a laptop. It could mean you need to send some equipment to a couple of counselors or the families. So it's different for everybody, and we want to know what those are, and we hope everybody applies. As Judy said, we're giving at least 10. So we want to hear from all of you. Thanks.
Are there any specific questions for us this morning? Or Don, did you receive some questions from the camps?
The question was, it's sort of an affiliate group, and it's with a group of day camps. And the question really came down to, they have 5 individual sunrise day camps that will be hosting some virtual day camps. And it is part of an affiliate group, if you will. They share a common management. But the question was whether or not each individual camp should submit a request, or should Sunrise Association, which is the management group, if you will, should they submit one grant request that covers the needs of all their individual 5 camps?
I think to one application, and put a note in there that how many camps you cover. And that just helps us with as we're looking at all the different applications and trying to, it's gonna be a tough day for us. So you'll have to all pray for us on that day when we're trying to decide. But yeah, put a note in there of how many camps, how many different day camps you're serving, how many kids you're serving. We're definitely looking at economically disadvantaged populations as well. That'll weight a little higher. So put those numbers in. If you've already applied and you didn't fill that out, or you think you underestimated that, give us a call, and we will just put a note on your application for that. Our fun with this tech grant application is I've put together a team of employees at Northwestern Mutual here in Milwaukee. I put a team together, and they're going to be part of the decision making. Part of that is to teach them what camps are doing across the country and to build more advocacy with camps. So this is a kind of a special group of employees that are really involved in the childhood cancer program. So we're using it as education as well. And it is our own education of what are the needs out there, and what are some ways that we can help. We also will continue this year with whatever your conference looks like, but with the Northwestern Mutual Awards, and there will be an additional award this year of the best virtual camp. So we will continue our partnership with COCA, as well as these additional grants that we want to give away in June.
Judy and Jody, we have a question in the chat box. It says, on our application, should we only focus on the ways we'll use the tech this summer, or also show how it will help us in future programs?
Yes, you're limited to your words, so I think your most pressing needs right now, but also a long-term plan. We know COVID, our HR lead yesterday sent out a message. We're not going back to the office for quite some time. So we know this COVID-19 is going to be with us, and the urgency of it will be with us for a number of months, if not a year or two, and then it's with us forever, of course, just like the flu. But yeah, if you have some ideas about how this it's a long-term investment as well, that's great. So again, we don't want this to take a lot of your time, knowing that this is a great need for all of the camps and all of that. So we know that we'll have lots of applications and all of that. And at the same time, we don't want this taking a lot of time for any of you to fill out this application. We want it, if you're taking more than 10 minutes, we did it incorrectly. So, but you have one question that I would spend your time on how you want to answer that. The rest for your development people or yourself is pretty straightforward. Fill in your information, your mission statements, which are already written. So, yeah. So
All right.
hopefully that answers that. Is the program open to Canadian camps? Jody, what do you think our answer is? We are a US-based company, although we've started to help in other areas. The awards for the conference definitely are, because those are up to the COCA folks to decide who's spotlighted this year. So Jody, do you have an opinion about this, or we can ask our leadership?
Yeah, typically we are domestic only, but I think because the COCA Awards include the Canadian camps, I think in this instance we're not going to put a limitation. It's any camp that belongs to COCA can submit an application.
Okay. What factors go into decision making? Definitely the kids who are struggling economically. That's probably more families than in the past with the unemployment rate and what families are facing. So that'll definitely be a weight. So the other is just kind of what the needs are and all of that. So we have thrown this together really quickly. So Jody and I need to do some work on how we guide our team for the decision making. So that is works to be done, but you get about 3 to 4 sentences of what your needs are, and then we will look at that. So not a great answer, I know. Would these grants be able to be used to pay, to manage? That is totally up to you. Once we tell you you received the $5,000, I would say use that money to bring camp to your kids. So if the most dire need is having a person, great. We like people. I like getting paid. You like getting paid. Northwestern Mutual really, sometimes when we're looking at nonprofits, we get a little worried when they have too low of overhead. So Jody and I are great believers in overhead. I worked in a theater company for 20 years. I was overhead. I worked really hard. I'm glad they paid me. So yeah, if it's a person, great. It does not have to be equipment. If you've got all the equipment and you're fine there, but you need somebody to help with tech support, I can't imagine doing these programs without some knowledgeable workers to help you, and not all just volunteers.
And so, as Judy said, we know you need to keep the lights on. You need to keep people in place. So absolutely, these funds can be used. We actually capital is a separate, completely for us. So absolutely, the operations. We expect it to be for operations.
Can I ask a question?
Hi. Yes. Hi.
Hi. I much rather ask than type. I'm Eileen Hoffman from the Sunrise Association.
Hello, Eileen. It's nice to see you in person.
So yeah, we were wondering what the timeline is going to be on letting us know who's going to receive these grants.
Great question. I believe our deadline for applications are May 29th. We are in the process right now. As soon as they come in, we're throwing them into a folder, and we will get them out to the team. We will judge in early June and make decisions. And we hope to have payment out to the camps that are receiving the grants by June 10th, in that kind of mid-June area. So we're going to move fast once that application closes. My team is gathering. I think I have it on the calendar June 1st or June 2nd, and we will make a decision quickly. And that part of that is our fiscal year ends June 30th too. So we want these out the door, and we want them in your hands as quickly as possible, because we know your needs are great. We've seen, it seems like each camp has a different story of how switching to virtual is either costing them a great deal of money or saving money, that type of thing. But we know you all have very slim margins of how you work as camp. So we want to get this into your hands as quickly as possible. So we will be moving quickly. So that first week of June, Jody and I will be working with the decision makers, as well as informing all of you of the decisions. So you won't have to wait very long after submitting. I wish we had a budget of $1 million for this. Yeah, some examples are fine. It doesn't have to be a great deal. Again, what you're finding successful, and a bit of extra equipment could help. That's a good indication. But I think we limited you to like 250 words. So just to make it fair for everybody. A report from the camps at the end of the summer, how they used the grant. Jennifer, great question. You know what we'd like to hear? Yeah, maybe some numbers or two. We want to hear your stories, because maybe we can lift some of those up as we go into Childhood Cancer Awareness Month, of just some of the kids and families we've helped. But again, you all are running camps, and the kids and family are your priority, and all of that. You all know, though, that storytelling with your mission is of the utmost. So if you've got some great stories and you're using them for a newsletter or two, just please make sure that Jody and I receive that newsletter as well. Put us on your, please put us on your listserv and all of that. We want to hear from you, and at the same time, it's not burdensome. We don't want this to be of that type of grant. You know, we're not giving each of you $1 million, so we don't need a lot of reporting, but we'd love some stories. If you have some good stories that you're already writing, send them our way as well.
And pictures.
Pictures.
Judy, just to confirm, it's $5,000 per organization, not per camp within an organization. So I'm with Horizon Day Camp. My name is Jill Huey, and I work very closely with Aileen Huffman, who's also on the phone. And so it would be, our request would be from a Sunrise Association request to benefit all of the camps. And it would be, the max is 5,000. I'm just confirming that with y'all.
Yeah, most likely, but tell us your needs. That's a great point. We too really, we look at the whole family, and we know the whole family, you know, including aunts and uncles and grandparents. We know it affects everybody in such a deep way. We just, you know, not to keep patting ourselves on the back, but we do have a scholarship program. And we've just, I don't know that I can announce, but I'm announcing it. We've just expanded siblings to be at the same level that survivors will be at. So I'm so excited. Our leadership was all on board. Jody and I threw it at them going, you know, we want to build some equality for siblings. So going forward, we'll have, each year we'll have 50 survivor scholarships and 50 sibling scholarships for higher education. So when we open that up in December, we'll ask all of you to get that out to your campers that may be graduating and all of that. It's just ongoing support. I have to say, though, again, if only our budgets could be so much bigger, because the scholarship is so competitive. It's amazing how many kids apply, the great need that's out there. But the level of the kids who are receiving the scholarships, I feel like a slacker. I'm glad I got up this morning, you know. They are out to change the world, and I'm just so grateful that we can help them do that. And much of that has to do with all of the support that you've given them through the years too.
And we also fund the Sibling Beads of Courage